morning, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails which part is which.
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 17th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on this glorious St. Patrick's Day. And it's also Corn Dog Day.
National Corn Dog Day.
So I will be handling the St. Patrick's aspect, and Mr. Doggy here will be handling the dog portion of this. The corn.
I failed to realize there were two portions to this show. All right. Good to know. All right.
Just make your job a little more challenging.
All right. Let's add to the confusion.
Streaming worldwide and booming across the sun-drenched cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsor, the Boathouse Pump and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, Elmo Schneider is in the house looking very corn doggish.
Does he have a stick somewhere? Did I miss that?
No.
We may have to
Prop him up
It's a
with a
TV
stick.
for my bunghole. Okay.
He comes in here. Now, the only thing for those that, this is a radio show, you can't see this unless you watch.
As a general rule, yeah.
So the only thing green I have is a Packer T-shirt.
Sure.
And I have my Notre Dame hat.
Right.
And, of course, Elmo here has got a shirt that's been in his closet, as you can clearly tell, for 30 years.
Yeah.
And that smells
It smells like, yeah, I was wondering if that was him.
I thought he kind of must have baked it in corned beef. Cabbage.
Well, I can wear it now. Now the WLUP is gone, I can wear the shirt. So,
WLUP?
yeah. The loop.
Oh, the loop. Oh, I see.
Now it's gone.
Oh.
I only wear shirts from companies that are bankrupt or out of business.
Who's your clothing stylist? K-Dog Lefkowitz?
No, his wife.
Oh,
No, Spider-On's wife. Is
okay. Why drag her into this this early in the show? Anyway, as he is every Saturday, our video coordinator, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here. Any special love doctoring tips for us this morning or this week? Well, what have you been doing all week?
Working on the ceiling in the dining room.
Oh, now it's the ceiling. You're going from staining the fence to...
Right.
Skimming the ceiling up.
Is there exterior latex involved with
yes.
that?
No, it's the all interior.
Engineering and board operating, the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning. Wacky Wayne joins us here in the Enchanted Kingdom.
Always enchanting, Scotty.
You know,
always enchanting.
Elmo and I were having a little production meeting on Thursday afternoon, and we get a text from our good friend K-Dog,
Yeah.
who happens to be out at Arizona watching a Cubs
Watching
game.
the Cubs.
Right.
Cubs
And
game.
explaining that how bad the seats were. He's like three rows from home plate.
Three rows back,
And I can't explain the response that we gave
He was
back
probably
to him.
complaining about how cold it was.
Yeah, and
the
here
weather
we're
was
freezing.
horrible. Yeah.
So I guess the only thing we had positive to say was, thank God his wife invited Elmo and I over for drinks and pretzels.
Right. Vodka and pretzels. Got it.
So thank you, K-Dog.
Didn't he do that to you guys last year, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I recall. Yeah.
Oh, it's only 86 with
All right.
a wind chill of 85.
Right.
Give me a break.
Gotta be rough. Gotta be rough.
We're sitting up here freezing. This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And now that Congress has passed sweeping changes to the tax code, many questions have arisen as to how all this may or may not pertain to your particular situation. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you through all the options that are still available and how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum dollars for you and your family. Call me at 262-652-6767. I set up a free consultation, and the Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word, and the first caller to say the secret word will win a $20 Boathouse gift card that we will give them.
Not a pot of gold?
Well, $20 is as close as we're going to get, right?
All depends on your perspective.
Well, we can get the pot from Shirley, and we'll just have the card and send it over. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. You know, we pay out on our prizes.
We do.
Except for the Stump the Chumps thing, when the last two winners were George and Irish Ruth.
Yeah.
And the winner gets to come in here, and we're still working out those details.
We're going to put them in together with Wayne, and we're just going to leave and leave you here with.
How's that working out for you, broadcasting boy?
Fantastic.
How's that working out for you, Mr. Board Operator?
That's going to be interesting when you guys come back. It's going to be me doing the
If
show
we come
alone.
back, yeah.
Oh, no, you'll come back.
Yeah. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hello, it's Irish Ruth.
Sorry, nobody's home right now.
Oh, yeah.
Caught us at a bad time. We're here. Where are you?
Yeah,
Are you drunk yet?
I'm at a party.
I can hear this background noise. What's going on there?
That's correct. It's a crowded room. That's all I can tell you. It's starting early, and it's an all-day event. It lasts till the wee hours of the morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Goodbye.
See you, Ruth.
Goodbye.
That
was almost quick and painless.
Yeah.
we didn't even have to hang up on her. That is worse. That trumps K-Dogs calling us and saying we're at 86 degrees.
She's
now.
just
Phoenix,
calling, right.
I'm having a party, and I
I'm
can't tell you where.
I'm at a wild party, and I'm out.
Yeah, and it's going to the wee hours of the
What's
morning.
disturbing is she's actually on coherent on St. Patrick's Day. So that's
So far.
She realized that you're just inviting her to call back later, right?
No, don't we have a one-call limit?
Yeah, I thought so, too, but
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
speaking of one call.
Boy, hello.
speaking of coherent.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Well,
Okay, Shirley.
we'll see.
Shirley, it's National Corn Dog Day.
Yeah. Which is
I
your?
heard that.
Which is
Are
your?
you really going to have Irish Ruth in there? And George? Oh, boy. I can't
All at the
miss
same
that.
time. We're actually replacing Scotty with George and Elmo with Irish Ruth.
There's a match made in heaven there somewhere.
Me and Ronnie are going to be the only ones stuck in here. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It'll
I
probably
can't
be
wait.
the only
That's
coherent
gonna
show
be
we'll have all
something
year.
else, I tell you.
You know, if Marilyn calls in and she didn't know what the show was about a month ago, imagine what she calls in this time.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, wait till she hears that. She'll really go bananas.
Shirley, I got to take another call. Call me back in the second hour.
In the second hour?
Yeah, I got to take another call. That's pretty important here, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Call me
okay.
back. All right,
Bye.
we'll do that. All right. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hey, it's John Perry. I want to congratulate you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have set a new world record.
Yeah. How's
A
that?
new
You
low.
were able to keep Ruth to one coherent sentence, and she hung up. That has never happened before in the history of radio broadcasting.
Thank you, JP.
We'll
I don't know how
expect.
you guys did it, but sign me up.
Hey, John, does this mean a substantial increase in base pay for us?
No, just the.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're all getting a raise today. Definitely.
Well, we're all about record
We're going to
setting.
double our pay here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
Yeah, we'll double your pay. I'll sign off on it.
Yeah, oh, you will. Yeah, I like. How come there's never any mail in my mailbox out here, and all the mail I get from WLIP is hand delivered by your boss?
Oh, your producers go through all your mail.
Oh, well, better them than me.
It's true.
We had to open up a whole other wing to the mailroom when you guys came on for all the hate mail.
Well, at least we're doing good in your eyes, and that's what counts, right?
Yeah.
All right.
As long as they're talking about you, it doesn't matter if it's good or
Yeah,
bad.
thanks.
we pay the bill.
Yeah, pay the bill more importantly, right?
Right, exactly.
All right.
Happy St. Pat's.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks,
All right.
JP.
Geez, a call from the program producer.
From up
right at
above.
the beginning.
Oh, my
Right.
God.
Ooh, good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Marilyn, and I'm challenging you.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
All right.
To have a coherent show.
You know, my programming director, our programming director, is listening to this, so we're up to the challenge. So, is this a trick
You
question?
are.
Is this a question or what?
Is it? No. You said that was the magic word today, challenge.
No. Sorry, that's not the magic word.
That's not the magic word.
But
you're kinda close.
as long as I got you here, are you finding able to decipher what we are all about this show? Come on, my program. He's listening now. Come on, Marilyn.
Well, what are you all about?
Yeah, you called in about a month.
Question. I called you a month ago?
That was about a month ago, and it's now a part of our opening, and you said this show's a challenge, and you had a hard time figuring the show out.
Marilyn, the magic word is not stupid either. So, okay.
So
I can't answer that because you'd be off the air.
Well, like Mr. Perry says, as long as they're talking about you.
That's correct. That's right.
So,
Hey, there you go.
so how does...
Well, how about that? First Irish Ruth, and then there's Shirley, and then there's me.
The trifecta.
How did we get so lucky on a St. Patty's Day?
All I need now is for George, and it's four of a kind.
Bazinga.
How does a wonderful Italian lady celebrate
St. Patrick's?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to follow the bagpipes today.
Yeah, where are you going? I got their list here someplace. They start.
You got your list?
Yeah, they start.
You're going to TJ's and then to Mariah's and then.
Are you going to TG's?
Yeah.
At 3:30?
Yep.
I may see you there because that was my plan. Believe it or not.
Actually, it's his plan now. He just wants to see you, Marilyn.
No, really. I got it.
He doesn't know what I look like.
Do you know what I look like?
Oh yeah.
6'4", about 200, rock solid.
Yeah, right.
Sandy hair, 6 point abs.
Yeah, you're about a 5'10" there.
5'9". 5'9".
5'9"?
5'9".
Oh, okay.
And 6-pack abs. That's me.
Oh yeah.
That's you.
Totally you.
Wonderful.
Well, I will.
That's wonderful.
Do you partake in beer?
What's that?
Do you drink beer?
Not today.
Okay, well then I was going to buy you one, but then I'll have to probably I owe
Yeah.
you.
Well, I'll have to take a rain check because I'm driving and I'm a bad driver.
Without the booze, right?
Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, well, you know, I won my car, so I don't want to dent it.
How'd you win it?
I won the car, Holy Rosary Church.
You did?
Yep.
Long ago.
So what do you consider yourself?
Holy.
Fortunate.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
I know, I'm very blessed.
Very good.
Out of 47,000 entries, I won.
Wow.
Wow. That's called the Irish, whatever. So, hey, if you happen to win the secret word, Stump the Chumps, then you could come in here with this other cast of characters.
I would love to sit there.
with George and Irish Ruth?
No, it would be disaster.
Well, it'd be more
than what it is now.
I was looking for you at the boathouse Wednesday.
What time did you get there?
Well, we had the Bradford alumni there. But we were there all afternoon.
Well, I was there usually about 3. Where were you, in the main dining room?
No, you weren't there at 3. No way.
On Wednesday? Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
The Bradford. My mom was there for lunch. And you part of the Bradford alumni?
I was there on the deck, Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, outside there.
They want to put us on the deck. I said, no, we're too old. Put us inside.
Well, I was out there.
We were close. We were close to the bar.
Okay, well. Okay, Marilyn.
Yeah, have a great day.
All right, well, thanks for the call.
Have a beer on me, charge it, I'll pay.
Just put Marilyn on there.
Just
and
open
they'll
tab.
know who you are.
Yeah.
Open tab.
Can I put the prime rib in the full dinner?
At the boathouse, not at
Okay. Well,
because Jim's my relative.
he is. He's a he's a wonderful guy.
Wow, I'm going to start charging.
Yeah.
Okay.
He certainly is.
Well, now that
I'm proud of him.
Now I know that you're family, I can just put our bar tabs on your name.
Oh, of course. Why not?
Well,
you can go up to $10.
really? Is that with the tip or without?
You know,
no.
I saw
the tip on.
Marilyn. I saw a miracle on Thursday that Scott bought somebody else a drink. So that was.
Hey.
Well, you know what? The
No.
poor guy he didn't go to
Yeah.
the bank. He didn't get paid till Friday. So instead of him going home crying, and I bought him one. Of course, I put it on his tax bill too. But what the heck? All right,
That's
Marilyn.
so generous of you.
Yeah, it's
you
okay.
have a great day,
All
and
right,
I might see you. I think I recognize you. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
We'll find out later.
Yeah. All right, Marilyn. Later.
See you, Marilyn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Marilyn. Marilyn.
She go.
She's gone.
Okay. You know, she'd probably come up to me, say, "You are the father," and then
Right.
I know
yeah.
what that is.
Right. It's going to be fantastic.
Anyway, we have
Scott Povich.
All right.
Yeah. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs do matter, on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, the top 10 highlights of St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha. And these could also be related
National
to
Corn Dog
Day, too.
Right.
That's probably, and we
It's
posted.
a universal top 10.
Yeah. You know what's
They
scary?
just happened to fall on the same day this year.
This year, yeah.
This year. Yep.
Yeah. Also, during that half hour, Stump the Chumps is back. And now, like I said, we're going to allow one of our listeners to an opportunity to see if they are smarter than the chumps that sit here in the studio.
It's not difficult.
So we could put George and Irish Ruth and Marilyn, bring in Shirley. We could prove our point.
Make a day of it.
Yeah. You better bring us brown bag lunch and a pint of schnapps.
Yeah, something.
What happened to those donuts, Ron?
Yeah, right.
Want 'em?
So, as I said, if you're successful in stumping the chumps, we're going to let you join us for an upcoming show, and you can see for yourself all the intricacies and the planning and the technology that goes into producing a high-powered, high-energy radio show like this. In case Mr. Perry's still listening, I'm trying to build up the act a little bit.
Right.
And there's even more, boys and girls, after the 11:30 break. Our special weekly editorial segment, As the Corn Dog Turns.
Oh, really? As the corn dog turns?
Yeah.
All right.
Munch,
Oh, crap.
munch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Highly produced.
High-powered energy. High-powered and
Well,
high energy.
You know.
The high fives, zingers, and duvas. We don't have any zingers and duvas. We only have 3 high fives.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I found 3 really good high people organizations that forget the zingers and duvases. We can come back and
Okay.
we got enough of that going on for the rest of the year. So I thought I'd kind of be positive,
Be a
take
positive.
proactive,
All right.
and then we can get back to beating the hell out of somebody next
Right.
week.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get more hate mail in.
Tee it up, baby.
And actually, in the production meeting that we had, I didn't know he was going to go off in this corn dog direction. And I says, we got all St. Patrick's Day, and I got a whole 3 or 4 pages of the history of St. Patrick's Day.
Sure.
And he says, no, we're going to do this corn dog thing because, he says,
Everybody else does St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
so we have to be different here on Kenosha today.
Right.
and we have to do this to prove our point why.
Okay.
And then where am I at? For those who might have forgotten, tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in to this replay of this. And I have a shout out here to my Bimbo bread man. Mike, Bimbo Mike.
Mr. Bimbo.
Bimbo. It's not an honorary title. That's what he works for. Bimbo.
Right.
Bimbo Bread. We call him BB for short. And
They're actually the largest distributor of baked goods in the world. So
well,
you never know that, but that's what they.
well,
They even bring bread to prison. So
well, we're gonna get to Mr. Ruffalo in a little bit. So, anyway, let me get back to that. I'll give a big shout out to one of our faithful listeners, Joe. His name is not his real name, up in Piggly Wiggly in Racine, who claims to listen to this dribble every Sunday on the replay.
On the replay?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why it's important that we.
so there's one.
Yeah, and we know we are now because he admitted to it. And then you can watch the replay of this finely tuned, professionally produced Excuse for Radio show on Time Warner Cable's Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6. And they don't have a programming genius like we have here, Mr. Perry, they opted to not play anything on Sunday at 6.
Right.
Just play message boards.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Message boards? Okay.
That would never happen here, would it?
Somehow I don't think they're going to get away with message boards. You'd just become part of the...
That's a good...
Right. You just end up part of the spotlight, so you'd get another 2 hours of whoever they're spotlighting this weekend.
Yeah, at any rate. And everybody can now sign up with the thousands of our fans and listeners who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation, like this on Facebook. And you can visit our new Kenosha Today website, KenoshaToday.com. And then every Friday afternoon around 3 p.m., we get together on the deck of the boathouse for Getting Silly with Sally and or Scotty, depending on which bathroom I'm using.
Right.
Yesterday I used the men's bathroom.
Line was probably too long at the ladies.
Yeah, there was one gal in there. And she you know what the problem is? The door was open and she had some corned beef cabbage. It was not pretty in there, and the paint was peeling off the walls. Ronnie, you probably take a memo to Ron. You got to get over there and paint the women's room in the boathouse because that was not
pleasant, huh?
Not pleasant.
The door was open, huh? You decided to just peek in.
Well, it was. This was a large woman.
So the door couldn't close? Is that what we're saying?
Very large.
All right.
Nothing that does wrong with large women, but
it's too late to be believable now, Scotty.
Yeah. So anyway, you can meet with the Brain Trust there, and if anybody out in the Kenosha Today Nation wants to host a Friday afternoon production meeting, give me a call at 262-652-6767. We can discuss the very high standards that we set when we have these.
Very high standards.
Very high standards. Some of the topics that we can talk about, if anybody really wants to talk about St. Patrick's Day, or what they don't know about Corn Dog Day.
National Corn Dog Day.
A lot of people don't realize that Corn Dog Day is...
the triple-double.
The triple-double. And then
only K-Dog knows about that. So
there's a wealth of it. And some of the... this is a traumatic... some information, because we are all about community service. Not in the sense that we have to perform community service, but the outdoor ice skate rink that we paid $62,000 is closing for the season.
What, already?
Did
it open this year?
Well, that's what a lot of people are asking.
Okay.
You know, they had about 3 or 4 skaters.
Curling. We need curling
down
there.
So now I think instead of opening up the Washington Park pool, they're just going to let this melt and just put like a high dive on the end of the ice skating rink. And
that sounds good.
I think we just fill the velodrome. That's
you know, that has happened last year when we had all the rain.
Oh, I bet.
Filled to the brim.
Yeah.
They actually used the velodrome. Here we spent $800,000, and they used the velodrome because the creek comes down under Washington golf course.
Right.
And it empties it. They use that as a retention basin.
Interesting.
$800,000 we spent.
For a retention
and water
basin.
Get in there and just...
Yeah. We should fill it with sharks and just like feed prisoners to them.
and put it on wheels and take it over to Pervert's World. This was an interesting article in this morning's paper, Voice of the People, by Margaret Heller. Keith Fox is a member of the city council. She's going on and on about how he's doing a great job. But here's the part that caught my eye. He is about getting his hands dirty so things are done. Just what I want to hear is another politician with his hands dirty. You get my...
Well, I see where you're going with this. Yeah. All right. He's probably got a lifetime supply of super glue, too.
Well, speaking of super glue...
I've known John for...
No, he's done
since he was 18 years old.
But
so
he's getting his hands dirty.
Nice guy,
that's what struck me. And also in the paper...
Although he did block my garage putting campaign stuff on my
well, you're not supposed to park your car in the front lawn. on its side with the doors open.
No, I had to go out and go... My father was having a heart attack or something, and I had to get to their place, but John Fox had my garage.
Oh, wow.
So, okay.
That was innocent.
Dad survived. It's no problem. So that's all right.
Also in the paper this morning, Alderman Ruffalo is going ahead with his stalking trial on the 26th, which is a week from Monday, a few days, 10 days before the April 3rd or 4th election.
Sure.
And I was a little surprised that Judge Schrader, I'm applauding him, that he says, okay, we're not postponing this. You have to stay on course, and this is when the trial is. And also that the state of Wisconsin has decided not to plea this out. I think everybody in town thought Teflon John was going to beat this rap.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been convicted yet, so alleged.
Right.
You have to use that word.
They haven't proved anything yet.
Yeah, but give him another week or so.
Well, we'll find out.
And so we'll see what happens in that case. And then finally, for the last break here, or the first break, or maybe our last break.
Oh, break?
We're doing. Remember when Oprah Winfrey said on 60 Minutes if she sent a letter to God and see if God wanted to run for president.
Did you answer it?
Well, here's this article this morning. Did I answer it? Yeah, on Crayon. 83-year-old Maine woman changed her name to Jesus Christ, is now communicating with Oprah.
Okay.
And you know where she got her start in her first letter? You guessed it, Irish Ruth. That's where this starts. 83-year-old woman changed her name to Jesus Christ. Gail King is. Oh no, that was the host of this morning. So anyway, we wish Oprah well, and when she says she's going to get a letter from God, God love her, I guess, right?
Sure.
Ron, you got one of those, didn't you? Didn't you get a letter from God?
What are you referring to? He didn't get a letter from God. He must have got a letter from somebody. In a minute. When we come back, I'd like to hear your comments on the student walkout on Wednesday. Whether you thought it was good, bad, if it's going to make a difference, we'll like to get your opinions on that. And then we have a bunch of other assorted news articles. For example, a man used spaghetti sauce to try to start a fire after a burglary. Some state police arrested a man after allegedly finding a pot operation inside his home. Please go figure that.
Yeah,
who would ever do that?
Surely needs a call back, right? Okay.
And after you, just they have a new, like they have darts throwing.
Yeah.
And this is axe.
Oh, axe throwing?
Axe throwing.
Sure.
Kind of like darts.
Hatchets.
Hatchets.
We like hatchets.
Hatchets. And then all of a sudden this is a thing in Belgian bars. They people go in and they buy a specialty beer, for example.
Sure.
Or even at the Bodas, and it has a logo on, and they walk right out with the glass.
Yeah.
Well, this place, they have a new program where when you sit down in the bar, you have to put your shoe as a deposit.
Just so you can't walk off with their glass?
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're a friend like ours is and goes and buys a $20 pair of Beatle boots, so what does he forfeit at $10 worth of $20 glass? It seems to be a pretty good trade-off.
Except the heel's full off.
Yeah. You got to have something
If
to
you're
stir
walking
the
to
thing.
Milwaukee,
Right?
okay.
And we got some other things to get back to, so we'll be back in a little bit.
Underneath the glass, it looked just like manna straight from heaven. I asked the clerk behind the counter what was in him, and he said it's just one of life's little mysteries. But I knew my love for corn dogs is surely destiny. I said corn dogs, corn dogs.
Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the St. Patrick's Day / corn dog edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. See, people think we make stuff up here. I mean,
It is National Corn Dog
Yeah,
Day.
see, you think we just put that song together? Who sings that?
Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band.
Oh, absolutely. We'd have nothing less than the rubber
Nothing
band.
less, yes.
Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP, spreading the love to over 1.4 million listeners here at Camp Happy Face. Also bringing you gas trolleys, backyard beavers, and saving the Kenosha Today Nation from all the perils here in Do-Over Kenosha. Elmo Schneider's here, and you have some new update on Benny the backyard beaver. Is he
He's
gone?
deceased. He was roasted and eaten in Vermont.
Why he had to go all the way to Vermont?
Well,
He met his fate, huh?
Well, after his appearance at the Oscars last year,
Oh.
they had a hit out on him, so that was the problem. So that's it.
We don't have any deceased beaver songs.
Random beaver drops? No, we're all out of beaver drops. Sorry.
Okay. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And you can join us on the web at kenoshaday.com. And we are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Also with us, the Kenosha Day Love Doctor, Spider the camera dude, is over there contemplating his love doctoring. What do you do for love doctoring on St. Patrick's Day? Well, you don't lead a very exciting life. You're boring.
Boring.
And engineering and
What about those fur-lined handcuffs?
Yeah. He's nice. He's got a smile on his face because we've hit a nerve over there. The Kenosha State train wreck this morning, hanging on her every word.
Yes.
The
Opportune.
face of WIP. Wacky Wayne joins us all the way from Antioch. They got big corn dog celebrations going down in Antioch?
No, not so much. They go the more traditional route for this particular date. They go the St. Patty's route. Yeah, They leave the corn dog thing to other more sophisticated places like this show.
So, what do you have more of in Antioch? Irish people or Amish people?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not part of the census team there in Antioch, so I've never actually calculated this. You'll have to call somebody who knows these things.
That's Dr. Perry about that.
Right.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
You told me to call back.
Okay,
I gotta
Shirley.
call back now because I'm expecting company. A leprechaun is showing up.
A leprechaun. What's this?
Yeah, so I.
Bringing you rum chata.
Hey, how much rum chata have you had, Shirley, today? So, okay.
What's?
And John Perry, wow, he listens to your show. That's terrific.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Just to know whether we should take us off the air.
Yeah.
That's
Yep, and I just got done talking to my friend Marilyn, and she said she's going to church and she's going to pray for you, Scott.
What makes you think I need prayer?
It won't help.
Duct tape and a lot of hope and prayer.
Yeah, she's my good friend. Yeah.
Hey, Elmo gave me these green. These aren't rosary beads. These are green.
I'd prefer not to answer that question.
Some stripper probably gave
It's a
it to-
green pearl necklace.
Yeah, he's got this.
I got a shot
It's got a
glass on
shot
that.
glass for Jameson.
Just what he needs.
Yeah, well, you know what he does? He buys these when he was from a guy he went to college with, who was a marketing expert. But so these guys are pouring
I did
shots
that
of
for
Jameson.
when I was running Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
I did that.
And so, but the things were disintegrating.
That was Jägermeister.
Jägermeister says, "Well, I didn't think you were going to put drinks in them." He says, "Well, what do you think I bought this for?"
Right.
The word mastermind.
No.
Obviously, his college education at Carthage didn't go waste, did it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, surely I forgot you're still here.
Well,
I'm sorry, I did that one time in 15 minutes.
Heartbroken Toys
Squirrel.
R Us are going out.
What happened?
I bet you're heartbroken. Toys R Us are going out of business.
Not so much that. My heart would really go out of business if they closed the adult bookstore down. Now they got my attention.
That's where Scott buys his toys.
That's, yeah, forget Toys R Us and all the snot-nosed little kids. They're on their
Yeah,
own. What
that's
do I
where
care?
you buy your toys. Yeah.
So you got a leprechaun coming over? Does he wear a little
Yeah,
green?
but have a company. Uh-huh.
So are you having
So
corned beef?
we're
And,
gonna have a green rum chata. Got to get it all ready.
hey, what's the? Are we in the peak season for marijuana growing? Or when when does that harvest time come?
Pretty soon. Pretty soon.
So, how many?
The garage is really warming up.
I imagine.
It is.
I don't. Okay. So you're not going out partying or any, and where are all these goofy?
Well, I might. I had party. We partied last night, and tonight.
Listen, you got to explain to me in about 30 words or less. How do you party? I got to hear this.
Very carefully.
Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah. I know
sure.
we did have company last night. We had a really good time.
Who's all these friends that claim that they're the company that claim to be your friends?
I have lots of friends that I met. A lot of them over. Guess where? WLIP.
You met them here?
I met them through the radio. Uh-huh.
So are you trying to tell us that John Perry's coming over to your house this afternoon?
Oh, the secret's out. Yeah.
Burn a couple.
Secret's out,
You got to burn a
sorry.
couple. Wash it down with rum chata. All right, well.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go.
Corn dog.
Okay,
Anyway,
I
no-
just
behave
would call
yourself,
you back, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
And we don't want to be reading about you in the paper tomorrow.
Oh, well, maybe you will. If I have enough fun, you might.
Okay. All right. All right, bye, Shirley.
More
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Got more energy than I do.
Yeah. Coming up after 11:30, our weekly editorial segment. It's called "As the Corn Dog Turns." Hey, no time for breaking news. Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you with all the options that are still available. You can find out how you can take advantage of and use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum tax dollars for your family. Give me a call, 262-652-6767, and set up a free consultation. And if you happen to mention today's secret word, we're going to send you a $20 Boathouse gift card.
Cheapskate.
Just make it 25.
We start at 20, okay? Jeez, I got to cheat like hell to get out of paying that, too. And also, the show is being recorded still, right? For as we call training purposes. And so we can replay this tomorrow. And also gives our board operator an opportunity to blip out any words that may be inappropriate.
We got a pretty good track record, though.
Yeah, actually, we haven't said anything in a long time. It's some of our listeners have maybe gone off the edge and pushed the envelope a little bit. But,
not too bad.
Anyway, a special thanks to Elmo here. You can find the Kenosha State, get this, 365 days a year, 24/7 on YouTube. We got about a week behind, I guess, right?
Two.
All right.
Ron just gave me the stick.
In his pocket.
Well, it is National Corn Dog Day, so
everybody celebrates in their own personal way. Top 10 highlights of St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha. And now, boys and girls, we have a call. Let's take this call.
No, we're not going to take this call.
Okay. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. To be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is, as always, a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. Anybody buying this so far?
Not at all.
You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha, and featuring lunch and dinner specials. And today and tomorrow, from 11 a.m. to closing, they have the best St. Patty's Day dinner in town for only $14.95. Corned beef, cabbage, simmered in Guinness beer, cabbage, red potatoes, carrots, Irish soda bread. And, of course, the Kenosha Police and Fire pipes and drums are going to be there tonight at 7:45. I would recommend getting a reservation now.
Yeah.
Call them right now. 262-654-9922, or you can even find them on the web at boathouse-kenosha.com. All right, what is the most popular saying on St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha? What is the most popular saying on St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha? Number 8. Aw, not on my shoes. B. Elmo, not on my shoes. Better stand up, Windjag. I just had a plate of cabbage. Or C. Let's get ready to stumble. 262-654-1050. First caller. What is the most popular saying on St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha? A. Aw, not on my shoes. B. Better stand up, Wind. I just had a plate of cabbage. Or C. Let's get ready to stumble. Wacky Wayne. That's a man of a decision.
There we go.
Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hey, hi there. How you doing?
Good. Who's this?
This is Richard from Pleasant Prairie.
Richard. Okay. From Pleasant Prairie. How's things in Pleasant Prairie? Are they pleasant?
Quiet so far.
No,
it's early.
It's only quarter to 11. All right. You want to play the game, right, Richard?
Oh, you bet.
Okay. I'm going to read this sophisticated question for you. It is pretty sophisticated, don't you think?
I don't. Let me hear it.
Oh, I thought you heard it. Okay. What is the most popular saying on St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha? A. Aw, not in my shoes. B. Better stand up, Win, because I just had a plate of cabbage. Or C. Let's get ready to stumble. Richard.
Oh, I'll take B.
Better stand up, Win. I just had a plate of cabbage. Yes, that's a correct answer.
Thank you.
Actually, that's more appropriate. You don't have any cabbage fields down in Pleasant Prairie versus what they have out in Summers.
No, just trains.
Trains. Well, I can tell you the train. Well, let's go back to the cabbage, because when summertime, when the wind's coming out of the south, or anything out of the west, it kind of gets a little on the stenchy side.
Inundates Barter Manor?
Yeah. Here I'm trying to entertain, and I got this to put up, and this gal's looking at me thinking it's me. And of course, Richard, you know that wouldn't be the case, right?
No, it's your partners.
Yeah, that's what I should say. Not on my shoes. So, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day today?
I'm just going to be a couch potato and watch TV. Maybe the parade's. I believe the parade's supposed to be on.
You going to watch some March Madness?
Oh, yeah.
Some big upsets yesterday. Virginia was the number 1 team, got upset by a 16th seed.
Yeah, whatever.
Who cares?
That's a basketball game, but okay. All right, Richard, you've been to the boathouse, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your information and name, and he's going to print very legibly so I can send this out to you, phone number, and I'll send it out on Monday.
I told you I'm done writing legibly. I'm a doctor scribbling now, dude.
It's the Pete Sarzan School of Handwriting?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a call I can take off while you're getting this?
Yeah, you could talk to Cindy. Maybe.
Okay.
If I do this
All
right.
don't go away. Don't go away, Richard. He's going to get this, and we're going to do two things at once to try this.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Hey, Cindy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there.
Okay.
Am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
The bad part of the bad news is we are, too.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to give you a little Irish proverb.
Okay.
May the wind at your back have nothing to do with your corned beef and cabbage.
It's kind of about the same thing. Yeah. So what are you doing for St. Patty's Day?
Well, I made corned beef and cabbage last night, and so today we're going to have Reuben sandwiches.
Okay. Now, how do you, another most important question, how are you celebrating Corn Dog Day? You can't forget Corn Dog Day.
National Corn Dog Day.
I'll have corn dogs another day, maybe at the fair.
Oh, come on. Where's your spirit of...
Well, corn dogs don't really go with Reuben sandwiches.
You're supposed to do this in lieu of. I bet you you don't eat...
Oh, in lieu of hot dog day?
It just happened to fall on the same day.
I bet you didn't even know. Now, admit it. You did not even know that it was National Corn Dog Day, did you?
Yeah, because I heard Steve say it last week.
Oh. Well, so you hang on his every word?
Well.
Not a lot of gals can do that.
Yeah, well, if they have much luck, I don't know. Hey, I want to help you guys paint that piano. Can I help you?
Yeah, the city hasn't announced, but we're going to probably have to do ours as a write-in. And when we get probably June, when we get the piano relocated to the boathouse.
In June, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to paint signs,
Well, this isn't going to be traditional.
That's a setup. Okay, come on.
Yeah, we're not.
No, but I know how to paint. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then you're probably way overqualified for this project.
Are you experienced with exterior latex?
I'll supply this. I got a lot of scrap left.
Not anymore, no.
All right. Well, we'll let you know. The city has. I haven't heard anything. The original cutoff date was, I think, February 6th. You told me, and then they extended it a week. And to my knowledge, they haven't had any takers for $500.
Yeah.
And maybe it was. Then they also learned.
No, I heard they were all sold.
Really?
Somebody told me that. Yeah.
Well, wait till they find out they got to pay the $150 permit, because we are going to hold their feet to the fire, because you have to have a permit by city ordinance to do this.
There you go.
But we are going to probably enter as a write-in.
What have they got? 2 pianos now?
Oh, they got about 10 or 12. Don't they?
Oh, really?
Yep.
They got that many businesses down there
Well, technically, they have about 120 businesses in the downtown area.
Really?
And, of course, all of these pianos are being housed in the basement of the Kenosha News. And thank God to Mr. Michael Bell and his advertising campaign. That's keeping the Kenosha News afloat. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
They've been out to sea for a long time, those guys.
All right. Anyway.
All right. We'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Thanks, Cindy.
Be good.
I got to read this before, how all these businesses and having all these job fairs coming in. And, all right. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
You're a friend of mine.
Who's this?
So there's a new restaurant in Union Square?
It's going to be...
Union Square?
Now, follow this. I might have gone too fast.
In Union Park there's a new restaurant, pizza place. You keep saying pizza place. I'm like, what pizza place is opening up there? Then it took me a while to understand you were saying Pete's Place.
Well...
You were dropping an A in there, dude.
He's just blending it all together.
All right. Come on.
Sorry,
Come on, Anthony.
I'm like, hey, I want to go try a new pizza place.
And your master's degree in vocabulary is from what college?
The School of Hard Knocks.
Hey, as long as you called, I want to congratulate you and your good friends.
Oh, good Lord. What are
no,
we with now?
This is little Anthony and the Kennedys, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this past week. And apparently,
really,
your favorite song, the Grammy Award-winning song, "Fries on My Pillow," was a big hit with the judges.
So, Anthony, Scott was speculating what you would look like on St. Patrick's Day wearing a giant green leotard.
Yeah.
So that was
tights.
These are the scary
Scott
things
Barter
that he
has
thinks
a lot
about.
of fantasies about things I'm wearing. I
know.
guess if he would just take me out and get me drunk enough, we could probably fulfill most of these.
Why does alcohol have to be involved? What makes you think that I partake?
Trust me. The only way I could have a date with you is if I'm drunk, Scott. I'm sorry.
that and a chicken sandwich.
Yeah. So how do you explain
Steve
this?
Casey, I'm helping Steve Casey out by taking that sandwich. He should have thanked me. If you notice, he's lost a lot of weight since that incident.
Are you kidding me?
I
just saw him a while back. Where did he lose the weight? You guys are pushing the meter, man.
I don't know. I tried to help him, man. I took a bullet for that guy, man. I stepped in front of that chicken sandwich for him.
Oh.
And all he can do is call me a thief. Some people, man.
I understand
Anyway.
that in the next Summer Olympics, eating chicken sandwiches is now gone from a demonstration sport to a medal sport. So you two guys will be...
But we should have wing. We should have buffalo wings as part of the Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Every country in the world has chicken wings, and
You guys-
I'm sure we could field a great team from America.
Now, speaking of visualization, I can see you guys
And
with
I'd
your...
definitely like to try to, compete in the regionals.
against Steve Casey. Throw Frank Vassetti in there and a couple others. Scott Gordon.
Hey.
Boy, there's a team. There's the dream team right there, man.
Scott,
We just call them the
Leave him
bureaucrats.
alone, man.
Now, the problem that we're going to have
Scott's
is
eating healthy and he's doing well. Reggie.
seeing if you guys can pass the doping test.
Oh, yeah,
Which
that's
I'm
no
probably
problem,
you
yeah.
could all pass the doping test, and
Please. I can pee clean any time of the day, man. Anytime.
well,
any
if that's
place,
way
man.
too much, we don't want to hear that.
Anthony, you're part of the
Yeah, you
Russian
started
chicken
it.
wing eating team. Oh, that's it.
I'd love to see you guys in the little USA T-shirts. You know the
There you go again. There you go again. Your male fantasies. We'll make it work. This is family radio, right, Scott? There are.
Last time we checked.
No.
So when we have this team meeting, how do you explain this to your girlfriend that you're going out for the U.S. Olympic team? Do you think she's going to buy into that?
Oh, she'd be happy to get me the hell out of the house. Trust me on that one.
Oh, there's a relationship made in heaven. And the next
She'll want me to sign up for the chicken wing team. She'll want me to try the hot dog team. Every team. Just get the hell out of the house.
You guys, and obviously you've made your way out of the house from the looks of you on a number of occasions. Now the next dilemma.
Well, today I was at Bradford to watch the drum and bugle corps start their Saturday St. Patrick's Day program, and they did a great job as usual.
Are you going to be over at TG's?
Little shout out to my friend Rob Zerban. Did not look like he messed up too much. So
well, that's really. Are you going to be over at TG's at 3:30 and buy me a beverage?
No, I'm going to take a nap. I've been up since 3:30. I'm going to take a nap and I'm going to go back to work tonight.
Scott will buy you a chicken sandwich if you show up.
Hey, which brings me to our dilemma. How do we're going to have to raise $100,000 to feed you guys?
Well, no, it's sponsorship, dude. It's sponsorship, man. You come on. That's how that works. We get corporate sponsors. We get Amazon and Uline.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mrs. Uline, can you hand up about $50,000? I got to feed these four birds.
More like B-dubs and
yeah. So, are you going to celebrate Corn Dog Day? That's probably more up your alley.
National Corn Dog Day.
Well,
come on, Anthony, you can do it.
Where is the local celebration place for Corn Dog Day in Kenosha? Tell me.
You got to do the triple double. It's 10 corn dogs, 100 tater tots, and 10 cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Jeez, he does that.
So you mean lunch?
Yeah.
And on that note, well, I think we're going to go to CBS.
I think we have to.
The news
Sorry, Anthony. Thanks.
There's a county map to go with the wall of her. Let's stick in a shinty bowl, the brick, the brack, the crack, and all. Let's call it an Irish pub.
Good morning, everybody. If you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 17th Pick-to-Click edition of the Kenosha Weekly Report, broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on your radio dial. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Taking, as you can tell, in the first 90 minutes, serious journalism.
Oh, first 60 minutes? Yeah.
Boy, the time
New
just
heights of mediocrity.
Yeah, taking serious journalism to an all-time high and we report on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe. And joining us this morning, our Kenosha connection, Elmo Schneider, who's got an update from the Narubu deal, right?
You know, Planet Narubu
Planet
is
Narubu.
hurtling towards Earth and will kill us all in about 10,000 years. So
Well, that's going to screw up Anthony Kennedy's lunch date.
Things to look forward to.
You know that T-shirt you got? What's that? Is that rust on? Is that mold or what?
I've never worn this before.
I can see that.
So it's just.
Also with us,
I'm going to give this to Mrs. Ron because she loves.
What's she going to use it for? A drop
okay.
painting cloth? Speaking of our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the Love Doctor.
Hey.
Been kind of rather quiet over there this morning. And performing as both engineer and board operator, Wacky Wayne graces our presence. You know, I was listening to Peter Sargent through the forecast. What's snow in the forecast? What's the matter with that guy?
Well, you know, National Weather Service claims snow, so, you know, we got
we're going to replace him.
Sure.
That's right.
Well, give us give us somebody that's going to give us 86 wins, 86 mile long.
K-Dog.
You should probably call
K-Dog.
K-Dog,
Replace him. Any reason why the Lord should be weeping this morning?
Aside from the obvious? No.
The obvious. For those who haven't signed on to like us on Kenosha Today Facebook, you know, we were in the first hour, Mr. Perry, the program director, called us and said we were making great strides here in the broadcasting business.
1.4 million listeners.
Yeah, and the biggest reason is because Irish Ruth, we cut her...
Kept it short and concise.
Yeah.
She was in and out in a minute.
So I guess we are really getting good at what we're doing.
Miracles do happen.
Right.
All on their own.
Do you believe in miracles? Remember that from the 80 Olympics?
Right.
Also, the status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. With over 35 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, let us guide you, as there are many options still available under the new tax code for you and your family to save maximum dollars. Keep it all in your pocket. Give me a call, 262-652-6767. Set up an appointment. And if you just happened to say this morning's secret word, we will even send you a Boathouse $20 gift card. So do you feel
stupid?
Stupid. That's not the secret word.
Fire 5 shots.
Yeah.
Fire 6.
Yeah. 262-694.
Do you punk?
Yeah, do you punk? Also written in our home office. Here we go, Wacky Wayne, on the deck of the Boathouse Pub. This morning's top 10 thought-provoking category. These are the top 10 highlights of St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha. Number 10, the Feast of St. Patrick, featured in a Kenosha pothole. Number 9, turning the Kenosha Harbor green by taking a leak off the 50th Street Bridge. Number 8, St. Patrick is really an Amish city alderman. Number 7, dyeing the Lincoln Park Lagoon a darker shade. Dyeing the Lincoln Park Lagoon a darker shade of sludge. Number 6, Irish Ruth beating the Shamrocks out of Mickey O'Shaughnessy. I shouldn't be encouraging.
You should not invite disaster.
Number 5, trolley drivers going commando under their kilts. Number 4, Captain Mike finding 4-leaf clovers in his bathrobe. Number 3, the big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow in Pervert's World. Number 2, little Anthony Kennedy ordering a double slab of cabbage at the Leprechaun drive-thru. And the number 1 highlight of St. Patrick's Day here in Kenosha. In keeping with the long-standing Irish tradition, our big St. Patrick's Day parade held the last Sunday in November.
Is that your birthday, the last Sunday in November?
It's pretty close. 23rd. I don't know what day that falls. I remember every 7 years it falls on Thanksgiving, and my mom used to say, well, we got another turkey to celebrate.
Right, yeah.
That was my mom, and I made her proud.
What a lovely lady she was, I'm sure.
A couple things we want to discuss. If anybody wants to weigh in on Jordy Nelson being released by the Packers.
On a Friday and the full moon.
What the hell did that come from?
Well, the Love Doctor is very concerned with dates. Yeah.
So my birthday is this year on a
Friday, and you got a full moon going.
Oh, naturally.
He probably has a full moon going every year for his birthday.
So
I mean,
after
really.
Thanksgiving.
It's probably about 200 shopping days left to my birthday.
Right.
And I will tell you, what's he doing? He's
What's he doing already?
He's just throwing the place up for grabs. At least the curtains aren't waffling today.
I don't
we got
want
that
this
going for us.
on my record. We got a call?
No.
Anyway, if anybody wants to talk about Jordy Nelson being released with the Packers,
Well, they picked him up quick.
Yeah, the next day, just about, the Raiders gave him a 2-year deal. He was scheduled to make about $12 million, and of course they said his numbers were down. Well, he didn't have anybody that could throw him the ball.
Well,
And-
didn't he get injured too?
Well, he probably
he
never
spent a
made it
year
back
out.
from that.
Right.
But, here he's 32, 33 years old. He's played 10 years, and that's probably about the longevity of a professional football player these days.
Can I say 2 words? Going to the Raiders, Ron Woodson.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's
right.
the Packers cut him, and he went there and still had a fantastic
And made
career.
Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to weigh in on that, also the big walkout from the students on Wednesday. If you thought it was a good idea, apparently there was no incidents.
Right.
At least there were
Nothing bad happened.
And they sat off for 17 minutes, and I don't know if they proved their point or if they didn't prove their point. I'd like to hear what anybody has to say.
Well, in fairness, most times anything tragic happens, we're done talking about it inside of 2 weeks. This is a month.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is a month later, and we're still having this conversation.
It's only self-gratification. I'm sure you're
Well-
familiar with that, Scott.
Yeah, there was a big walkout at Barter Manor this week.
Women in motion, I know.
Women in motion.
They danced their way right out of there.
I said, "This is a Monday morning. As long as you're going out, take my garbage to the curb, will you? Instead of me getting kicked to the curb,
Right.
Make yourself useful."
Give them some cab fare and send them on their way.
Oh, you have to give them cab fare too?
Oh.
And a chicken sandwich.
And a chicken sandwich. Huh? Hey, a big highlight to KRS Painting Corporation, specializing in commercial, and it's a huge opportunity for any of our audience to maybe bring some intelligence or sophistication to the Kenosha Nation and prove that we are barely smarter than a 5th grader. And we don't even have to clear the phone lines. We'll just take somebody that wants to call.
Sure, if somebody wants to call,
We're going to take your trivia question or a song title. And this morning, the chumps consist of Elmo, Spider, Ronnie, Wacky Wayne, and, of course, myself. And this is when we could hit me with your best shot. But do you want to build up the act? Or, well, here we got a call.
It really doesn't seem like you want to build up the act. You're just doing it out of,
That's an afterthought.
You're like, all right, so if you really want to, you know what? Give us a call.
What is this,
Maybe.
NPR?
No, right.
No.
Unavailable.
If you're calling and it comes up unavailable or private, we ain't taking your call. I mean,
we're not interested in what you have to say. If you want to hide who you are because you're afraid of what you're going to say, then no thanks. I'm not interested.
So you think I didn't sell this right, huh?
I think you'd be very. Yeah. So anyway, we could play. No big
maybe
deal.
Not play.
I don't
Right.
want to put a lot of
Doesn't
pressure.
matter to you. Right. Okay.
Well,
Trying to
maybe
keep the pressure off.
fact is the
Okay.
winner gets the opportunity to come in here.
Right.
And already the 2 winners are George and.
Well, we had.
And we're leaving them
Little
alone.
Ricky.
Oh
Little
yeah,
Ricky
Yeah,
was here,
Ricky
yeah.
was Rick.
And
Little
he was
Ricky
good.
won.
And
He
we
came
had-
in. Yeah.
And we have somebody else that won too. Little Ricky and Pete.
Pete from Antioch. Yeah.
Both guys from
Right. Both
I
guys
think
from
the-
Antioch.
I think the fix is in.
Only people from Antioch
Yeah.
listen to the show and want to come hang out with us.
Single only shoots
It's
out.
all about
Yeah.
Grass Lake Road, and
Yeah.
that's it. So,
I think we're going to have Trump build a wall around Antioch, and that'll take
That's
care
going
of
to
that
make it real
problem.
complicated for me to get to work. Scott, you're going to have to learn how to run the board. Sorry, buddy.
You think we got problems now? Anyway, we got a couple of topics to talk about. Here's 2 guys accused of breaking into a home of a man they both dated. Now,
So
what do you think's going on there?
So you and Elmo broke into Captain Mike's house? Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Poor Captain Mike.
And stealing several items, then leaving spaghetti sauce boiling on the stove with a washcloth placed near the burner in an attempt to start a fire. Maybe that's how his house got started.
It wasn't the underwear marked, hazardous material.
Flammable.
Yeah, highly flammable.
2 men accused of breaking a home of a man they
guys were
both
so flaming.
dated. Yeah, we were speaking of flaming.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we shouldn't even go there. Anyway,
I like how that's a secondary thought after you make the joke. Maybe we shouldn't go there. No, it's too late. Too late for that.
but the victim told News 6 that one of these guys was wearing a bull costume. I told
Really?
You,
So,
I told
like-
you that wasn't going to fly.
Yeah, right.
I told
Not
you.
a beaver costume?
Not
Yeah,
a
right.
beaver costume, bull
Yeah.
costume. And the deputy that answered the call said she could see a marijuana grinder in the center console and a vacuum window AC. An empty jar of ragu spaghetti sauce was also on the passenger seat.
Well, that's the problem. Ragu.
Yeah.
Ragu is terrible.
Yeah. And he was trying to, apparently the guys were trying to make it look like the guy here, in this case, could have been Captain Mike.
Right.
He left the stove on, but who gets up at 2 a.m. to fix his sketty?
You know, but if it was Captain Mike, that is a theoretical
Pretty
possibility.
believable.
Yeah.
It started out as a relationship that lasted a week, a relationship lasting a week.
Between the three of them?
I guess.
All right.
And maybe he's angry, because I gave him $100, $150 to fix his teeth.
For a jar of Ragu?
This has Elmo and Captain Mike written all over
right,
it, man.
yeah. I like how you've written yourself out of this narrative. No, that's totally Captain Mike and Elmo. Not me at all.
No.
You were the one in the Bill costume, huh? Trying to stay anonymous.
It's my show.
Okay, well, I see how you... All right.
262-694-1050. Here's another...
I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Okay. Right. Marijuana grow operation found in Bedford County man's home, and they got pictures of this leafy stuff. So I thought
Where's Shirley when you need it?
Yeah.
So he did it in his home instead of his garage?
In King Township of Bedford County, I don't know where Bedford County is, facing felony charges after state police alleged he was growing marijuana. Well, I think when you find a couple healthy plants ready to harvest, Matthew Nicodemus was arrested on the 800 block of King St. Clair Road. They found marijuana plants, items used to grow it, and bail was set at $25,000. Preliminary hearing is scheduled for the end of the month. We've ascertained, how do you like that for a broadcasting word, where Bedford County is?
Could be one of three places, it looks like. Pennsylvania, Tennessee, or Virginia.
Okay. Well,
there's a Bedford County in one of each of those states.
Now, I'm sure that lends...
How do you know that, Wayne?
Google is a magical tool. One day I'll teach you about it, Elmo.
You know what? You know what I think I'm going to do? Having heard you say that, I'm going to change my name to Google.
You're a magical tool?
Pretty much.
No, that's the...
we probably don't need to go there. Yeah.
And then I talked briefly about they have this axe throwing. It's open in Tempe, Arizona. And this is very similar to having dart throwing contests, except you're using a regular axe. And they say, here's the instructions. After you throw an axe, keep an eye on it. If it's coming in your direction, simply step out of the way. Don't try to be a hero and catch it mid-air.
Yeah, that would be frowned upon.
So when I have, in Barter Manor, I should put a big sign in the kitchen and on the patio, no axe throwing.
Or X throwing, yes.
Don't ask me no tough questions.
Yeah, ask them.
You know, it's bad, because my son is now 28 years old, but when he was 8 years old, they had the, the Pike River Rendezvous and stuff down there, and they had axe throwing down there. So he's 8 years old, and this guy gives him an axe and wants him to throw it at a log. So you're giving the wrong kid the thing. So it was terrible. So,
very similar to this last year. In fact, it was at the Pike Creek River Rendezvous on Simmons Island.
On Simmons Island.
Yeah, and they had the same thing, and they had a picture. A wooden. Remember the old days when on the Johnny Carson show when Ed Ames, the famous axe throwing in about 60 through, split him right down the old middle.
Yeah.
And,
stem to stern.
And so I saw this thing going on there, and I thought, boy, apparently what they were doing is in the old days, if they caught a guy cheating, that's how they would punish him. Take the missus would line up the axe, and she'd get 3 shots.
Okay.
And boy, I'm glad we outlived those.
What happened to you?
Community property. Got to keep the axe.
Right. She got the board. He got the axe.
Yeah. Boy, did I ever.
No.
I shouldn't say that. That's probably out of line, don't you think?
I don't know.
No, she got the gold mine and I got the shaft.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God, Greyhound, she's gone.
So I just can't imagine anybody trying to. If you're throwing, here's a picture of the axe.
Well, I mean, they do that at the Ren Fair.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, you can go over to the Ren Fair and spend a couple of bucks and throw axes at a wall. Win prizes, throw axes.
Actually, that's a big thing now. So I think they have bars where you can axe throwing bars.
In this particular,
booze and axes.
Hey, Elmo, it's about 7 o'clock. You want to go to you and K-Dog want to go over to the axe throwing bin?
That's like shooting them jarts.
Oh my God!
Drinking with jarts.
Why don't you just check into the emergency room now?
Yeah, right. We'll just set up right outside the emergency room. We got.
But here they got a cage. I mean, they got real booths here.
Oh yeah.
But look at how buried this axe is. Probably in there a couple inches into the wood. And apparently there's a real skill to doing this. You have to balance it, and you have to have the all wrist and everything else, and you can't throw it real hard. You have to kind of pull it aloft or something. Finesse, yeah.
There's a degree of skill involved. You can't just wing an axe at somebody.
Well, that's true. All right.
And have it do what it's supposed to do.
Let me read this thing about. Now I better calm down because I don't want Anthony Kennedy calling in and correct me.
Union Park Tavern. You could say it as fast as you want.
You know where I get that? I'm listening to city council meetings.
Yeah.
And see, I'm listening to a couple of those guys, to include little Anthony. And so, if you're watching a program and you can't figure out what it's all about, just watch a city council meeting. Yeah. And the secret word is not idiots. Those are very no. We're just kidding. It's just trying to bring a little levity. Right, Wayne?
Yeah. Always good with a little bit of levity.
I mentioned this before. This is some bars in Belgium, and they have lost 4,000 glasses, basically to tourists, over the last year, and every year apparently. So what they even have alarm systems, and they have security cameras.
Really?
They still skate with 4,000. So what they brought up is, and they also have 500 different types of beer. So anyone who drinks at this bar must now hand over his shoe.
No thanks, I'm not interested.
And they put him in a basket. They pull it up against the ceiling. And can you imagine us at the Boathouse or Pete's Place and putting a shoe? Time for me to go. What do they do? Drop them all on your head?
Well, at the Boathouse, we're looking at putting an ARFID chip in your head, so for every Long Island you drink, it would automatically register in there.
A chip on my head.
yeah.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
They put him in the basket. Scotty, Captain Mike here.
Yeah.
I just got my Wi-Fi radio working, and I heard you picking on me here. So I.
Oh no, we were just trying. It was alleged. We were trying to help you out here.
Well, I gotta let you know I resemble that, So.
Yeah, the deal was. Now
it's been really sad since your house burned down.
Yeah.
But
oh golly.
Yeah, ever since Scotty and Elmo broke in and lit it on fire.
Hot pants in the window facing the sun. I knew I shouldn't have done that.
This is.
You forget these little things when you're leaving,
Do you want to confirm or deny this story here? And two men accused of breaking into the home of a man they both dated. Now, ours wasn't a real serious relationship, was it?
You're the other guy, right?
Yeah. Elmo was the main squeeze.
You resemble that too, I think.
And apparently, Elmo dressed up in this bull costume, and I will admit to leaving the spaghetti sauce boiling on the stove with the washcloth placed over it. And actually, this story was inaccurate. This was like fake news because we put a pair of your boxer shorts that said inflammable. We put that over the spaghetti, and that good little thing went up the.
Well, they placed in Beaver Dam. They couldn't tear it down because it was sited with all the inflammable materials. But we had the same problem with your house, Captain. They had your underwear in there. And they had to burn it down.
I don't think any fancy restaurants are going to hire you guys.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the building code violations, but the health department was in there going, "What? We can't." You violated about 7 different health code statutes with that. When was the last time you washed them? When was the last time you washed those things?
What year is it today?
Time to get back on the train, Captain.
You got to rinse out a few things, and maybe hang them in the alley there.
I just go out in the rain every now and then,
You in the boxer shorts in the alley in the rain?
Yeah, sure.
God. I can't. I just.
No thanks. I'm good.
No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
I did that already.
You want to stay in your house and lock your doors.
I tried to chase some goofball was staring in the window with a knife or something. And I got out of bed chasing down the alley with my underwear on. I didn't catch him. I says, "This is crazy. The cops are going to come down the alley. I'm going to get arrested." I was just trying to do good,
Hey, the other good side is your vehicle that I think I think you let Joyce run. Remember I told you there was that incident? Remember that guardrail on the parking lot by the Boathouse that's not there anymore?
Yes, that one.
That it's not there anymore. And I never thought your car could float. But that's apparently the only reason it was on, because there was ice.
Sea scum too.
Yeah, sea scum too.
Well, we got a little fishing platform out there.
Yeah, they'll be pulling it out probably this next week. Now that the ice is gone. And thank God your little tricycle with the little orange marker is sitting above it.
Did she throw my insurance payment in like I told her for my car? I wonder if she did that. No.
We forgot to mail that.
Yeah.
I'll never return. No.
So when are you coming back?
Well, I'm leaving. I'm in a little town called Colima now, and I'm leaving the 19th for Guadalajara. And Guadalajara on the 22nd, coming back about midnight the end of the 22nd.
So he's flying Pterodactyl Airlines.
Yeah. So
you got it.
You pretty much wore out your welcome down there in Hodunk, Mexico, wherever you were.
They had to use so much deodorant on the wings that Pterodactyl had to shut it down for a while. You know,
the only plane in Mexico that has to de-ice. Deodorize.
Deodorize his armpits. That was a biggie down here. You know.
So give me the date. Give me this date so we can plan on the welcome home parade.
Okay.
Well, you know, the 23rd, 23rd of March. I'll be in right
it's like in a couple of days.
That's this next week.
A couple of days.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day today, man.
Hey, nothing gets past you.
It's National Corn Dog Day. Hell with St. Patrick's Day.
Corn dog, huh? Corn dog day.
Yeah. Okay. Easy. So we'll have, after you get done recouping from your jet lag, I'm sure you're going to have a jet lag.
Yes.
And probably a month in rehab, then we'll have a party for you.
There's a town here that I usually am in on St. Patrick's Day. They just about blow the town up. They put a 40-foot tower, and they just load fireworks and pinwheels and everything on it, and they light it up from the bottom. And when it gets to the top, there's a giant pinwheel of fireworks, and it pops off, and then it goes all over. And the kids put trestles to look like bulls on their backs, and they light that up with all kinds of fireworks and spinning wheels, and they run through the crowds, and everything shoots off into people. People get hit in the legs. And
this sounds like a lot of fun.
That's every weekend at Barter Manor.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a Friday.
I was a little younger, and I was right at Ground Zero, which I don't go to Ground Zero anymore. I'm not even in that town this year. But a guy said, because I get problems with my back and my knees, a guy was sitting on a chair, and he says, "Sir, would you like the seat?" I says, "Oh, thank you very much." I sat down. The chair broke immediately because I was heavier than the guy, and a rocket hit me in the foot. Then it bounced off my foot, and it went into like a taco stand. The guy had like a material Surrey, and it started his Surrey on fire. It was so funny. It happened to hit the one band on my sandal that was leather. It didn't hit my foot, so I didn't get hurt at all.
For Elmo and I, our own safety, why don't you spend the rest of the year in Mexico, and we'll take care of everything up here. Why don't you just hang out down there with the...
How much you offer me? Give me some money, man.
Yeah, okay. Hey, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. In a week.
In a week.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Right,
take it easy. Happy St. Pat's Day.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Boy, that guy sounds like a train wreck ready to go off the... accident waiting to happen. All right, we're going to take our last break.
Yeah.
And, boy, day is flying past, right?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, God.
That's us.
Well, I've been a wild rover for many a year, and I've spent all my money in whiskey and beer.
We are back. Heading down the home stretch on the Kenosha trolley ride this morning.
Thank you for making me a part of this.
Hey, you wait till Irish Truth and George get here. We're going to make them look like you're going to want to see us every Saturday. Got a call here?
No.
Okay. If you just joined us, this is the St. Patrick's Day / Corn Dog Day
National Corn Dog Day
of the Kenosha Day Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide on to over 1.4 million listeners here at AM 1050 WLP. We have a caller. Wait a minute. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. All right, let's take the caller.
All right, go ahead and say hi when you're ready.
Hi there.
Hi.
Who's this?
Hi, Ed. How are you?
He had to think about who he was for a second. You okay there, Mickey?
Mickey, is this a trick question?
Oh, Flynn.
No, I wanted to wish you guys a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, thank you.
When did you start today?
Well, it was kind of a continuation, actually, from last night.
Hey, you know, your girlfriend, Irish Ruth, called in right at the beginning.
I heard that.
And she said she was at a undisclosed. She was at a party, undisclosed location, and it's going to the wee hours. And apparently, there's alcohol involved in this. Can you believe this?
I believe it. She's probably with her IRA friends. That's what they're doing.
You better
doing some kneecapping today?
Yeah, you better be careful because she's going to come up and whomp you on your little butt ski and the buttocks.
Did you hear the story about the two alternative lifestyle Irishmen?
Just a second. Just a second. Before you get going, I want to get this over with.
Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear this, Mickey. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, there were two alternative lifestyle Irishmen. Do you know what their names were?
Jeez.
No, we don't.
Ben Dover and...
No. Gerald Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzgerald.
Just for emphasis.
I think I should play cards. I think I'd be getting a flush all day.
It's true.
I think you ought to marry Irish Ruth and run over to Ireland and have a bunch of kids.
Oh, I don't think I could keep up with her in the wee hours.
Pace yourself, Mickey.
She slipped me a Mickey.
Yeah.
So I heard you talking to the captain. He's coming back in town?
Yeah.
Next week.
I guess our town, too.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Just in time for Easter.
Yeah, we're thinking of, that's only 2 weeks away, by the way.
Right.
We're thinking of dressing up as a giant Easter bunny. Put a little fluffy tail on him. You don't do Easter bunnies, do you?
Well, I don't have a hunting license to hunt for Easter eggs, so I've got to buy one.
Boy, you're really on a roll here, Mickey.
Man.
Not bringing anything to the table this morning.
Come on, Mickey.
You got a whole week.
One thing I know is that Shirley's Easter basket is really filled with grass, and it's not that fake grass either.
Oh, you just roll it and smoke it. Artificial.
Did Shirley ever call back?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
In about a half hour.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
You didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. She's having friends over, a leprechaun, and she claims she's having a leprechaun come over to her house.
And they're drinking green rum chata.
Green rum chata.
Oh, some Jameson will be flowing.
Do you eat the corned beef and cabbage?
No. I have to admit, probably the most Irish thing that I would partake in the way of food is probably the soda bread.
You know what?
Soda bread, lamb stew. That's the other thing.
Confirm or deny this.
Not Irish.
Confirm or deny this. I got a report from, what's her name, your wife, that last year on St. Patrick's Day, you had a couple big plates of corned beef and cabbage, and you two went to bed that night and you pulled the sheet over her head.
No, there were no Dutch ovens going on. No, none of that happening. No.
Okay.
No. I know. Besides, I don't need corned beef and cabbage. I'm just naturally blessed with that quality.
Yeah.
Naturally flatulent. Okay, that's okay.
Well, anyway.
Well, you guys, listen. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, and remember, if you see me, stay off the road.
Thanks, Mickey.
And what if he sees us, Elmo? Yeah, Mickey. It's always nice to hear from him.
I don't do that.
Anyway, Spider from the Galaxy Spider Dome. Like, this is a radio show, you know. And our engineer board operator, Wacky Wayne, is still jacked up. Winter roadkill season is basically over. And, hey, you know, when is the first day of spring? That's coming up this week, too, isn't it? Oh.
No, it was on March 1st.
I thought spring is
celebrated.
20th or 21st?
21st is the first day of spring. Yeah.
No, I go by Tom Skilling. He's got the
Tom Skilling?
March 1st.
We go by Jesse.
20th. It says here
the 20th. Forget Tom Skilling. We go by Jesse Ripka.
But
yeah. She that cannot stand up straight. Okay.
Well, that's why I go by her. Tom Skilling. He's talking about the
11:15 a.m.
Oh, thank you, Spider, for 11:15 a.m. All right, thank you for.
How many antennas do you have in your backyard? I get it.
1, 2.
Yeah, you count them up. Scott, you want to do that? Corn dog turning.
We are here each and every Saturday morning.
Probably 15.
15 antennas, Spider, in your backyard. What do you?
And satellite dishes. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
9 antennas and 8 satellite dishes.
Boy, oh boy. Okay.
17.
You guys don't mind if I?
17.
Oh, you boys don't mind if I get away from your antenna
And a
thing?
swimming pool too. That's
Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hey, gentlemen, I have a question to ask any of you.
Okay.
All right.
Fire away, George.
Were any of you guys ever involved in installing that doggone revolving door on the west wing of the White House?
Yeah, Elmo and I went out there a couple weekends ago. We were in charge of that.
Yeah, but
And the only one that.
Oh, I thought maybe you guys installed it earlier.
No, well, actually, we did
I tell
probably.
you, it's getting a lot of work out.
Well, the one that
Big time.
that intrigued us, it was a one-way coming in, and her name was Stormy Daniels. And after that, we just quit the job. We
We're the
walked
only
up-
two guys that have
Giles.
Giles have. We've got permanent jobs out there
Yeah.
with Trump, so that's good.
Yeah, and Stormy Daniels too, by the way. You know who Stormy Daniels is, don't you, George?
Oh, of course I know who she is.
Because when we work out a date when you and Irish Ruth can come in here together, you're going to have to brush up on some of your knowledge on current events. You know, George.
Yeah, because anyways, that revolving door is getting a hell of a workout within the last year or so, ever since Trump became president.
Hey, but when you get here on a Saturday and Elmo and I are taking off, and you're sitting here with Irish Ruth, you can write this down for current events. Nixon's no longer president. You know that, don't you?
Oh, I knew that long time ago.
Well, see, you're halfway home.
Hey, that was some of the best TV that was ever shown.
Okay,
The
George.
Watergate hearings.
All right, well, I got to get rolling here, so we got you in
All
mind,
right.
and we're going to have a match made in heaven here for you.
Oh, Christ, it's going to be hell for me, though.
Well, what do you think Irish Ruth's thinking? There's not going to be no walk in the park for her either.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell she thinks.
Okay, well, we're gonna help you guys work out your differences, and Wacky Wayne will wear a referee shirt and whistle, and
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
It'll be huge.
Great. It'll be
We'll sell
huge. It'll be
tickets.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, George, I got to go.
See you, George.
All right, take care.
Anyway, the status of the Secret Word Challenge to win a $20 Boathouse gift card from Barter's Financial Planning is still yet to be named.
Do you feel?
Don't forget, don't give them too much hints. I got to pay it out. Call me at 262-652-6767. Get your free financial planning consultation. No one has decided to stump the chumps after I gave that stirring. I mean, it was just the best piece of promo that I have ever done.
Ever.
But if you have a trivia question or a song title, give me a call. And I got to say this.
If you want to, or not.
Well, no. Did I really say that?
Essentially.
Big St. Patty's Day dinner. The best.
Have a call, Scott.
We do
or do we?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Woke them up.
They hung up just in time. Almost had it.
That's the way to sell this program. That's the way to sell the program.
At least I sound excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get to this. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses. And this morning, we have no zingers and no doofuses. It's just all three high fives. This morning, headliner, As the Corn Dog Turns. Like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. This week's first... this guy's got 15 antennas in his backyard. He's over there. Yeah.
17.
17. The first high five goes to the Kenosha School of Technology, enhanced curriculum for earning national honors and being distinguished as just one of only 97 schools across the country for their commitment to increasing student access, engagement, and achievement of their specific programs. The project's training and resources are indeed what a model school should be, and we are very proud of everybody involved. So to K-Tech, we congratulate and salute you. We have to play this again, then, Wayne.
It goes for like 2.5 minutes. We might as well just keep rolling.
All right.
Let's keep going,
Okay.
man.
I'm on a roll, as I
Right.
say. This second high five goes to Trimper High School for collecting over 500 pints of blood in their annual blood drive thus helping to save an estimated 1,700 lives. The only thing that I would suggest is they double-check pint number 68, which just happened to be my donation, that the gal labeled high explosive and very toxic. I'm just saying. Hey, anyway, you get what you pay for, and nevertheless, to Jumper High School, we congratulate and salute you for all your efforts. And finally, this week's third high five goes to Westosha boys basketball team for their historic season. And even though they came up just a bit short in their game against Kaukauna in the Division II state semifinals yesterday, they still represented not only their school but the entire Kenosha County in a very professional manner. And while no one likes to lose, and it stings for a bit, I think the lessons that these young men experienced will stay with them for the rest of their lives. And so now the message is to graduate, take these lessons, and go on to be very productive citizens in our society. In contrast, and putting things in perspective, there are 17 high school students in Florida that unfortunately will never get that opportunity. So to all the students from K-Tech, Tremper, and Westosha High Schools, we salute you. And there you have it, folks. As the corn dog turns, am I out of music?
No, it's all on the same bar, buddy. You can't do one without the other.
All right.
If I do the one, it cuts out the other.
Okay, I get it. Is that a legitimate?
Yes, it is.
You don't look really enthused about this, but good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
Hi, this is Irish Ruth. Can I sing a song?
No.
Mr. Perry was.
But thank you for asking.
What is it?
You don't want an Irish song?
No, you're cut off before by Mr. Perry.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right.
Mr. Perry, the program director, says I have to limit, and he was applauding our ability to
keep you concise.
Keep you off the air.
I'll give you 20 seconds.
If I ever get across the sea to Ireland, and maybe at the closing of the day, I will see the sun rise over Clodagh and watch the sun come down the Galway Bay.
Painful,
For
just
there's
painful.
going to be a light here.
You said 20 seconds.
Somehow I'm sure there's going to be. I will ask my God who is in heaven to let me win the lottery.
Ah, boy. What was I thinking about taking that?
And then she hung up.
Tell me. Oh.
I shouldn't have to. I think my response to "do we have a call" was enough, but obviously we need to work on this silent communication a little bit more.
Yeah,
all right.
You got to give me some of this, Wayne.
Right.
Wayne, you gotta say
Almost. Yeah, got it.
262-694-1050. Winding down here. I want to recognize the Kenosha Today Nation welcomes a new sponsor, Patty's on Main. Herod. We're going to give a couple more minutes. Or do you want to give a hint now?
Another hint?
I already did.
You guys have been giving hints all day, yeah.
Where have I been?
Right here, telling them not to give too many hints.
Why do
you don't want to pay out?
No.
Yeah, I know.
We'll give one more hint.
Cheapskate. Cheapskate.
Cheapskate? I thought it would be, what do I try to do every weekend? But look,
conjugal visit.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, secret word for today.
Yeah. Who is this?
This is Jeff.
Okay, Jeff. What do you think it is?
Lucky?
Yeah. Whoa! Okay! We got a winner.
Oh, Jeff.
Jeffrey.
Nobody said that all morning.
Not at all.
It was pretty easy.
Well.
Yeah.
So now you know what has to happen. I got to send you a gift card.
Death and taxes. That's all I know.
You married, Jeff?
Scott can take care of the taxes and the conjugal visits.
Wait a minute. You're not married?
Correct.
Well, then you are lucky.
Well, I don't know. The girlfriend's right here, so I got to watch.
Not a very smart move to be
girlfriend. That's a good thing.
Not a very smart move on your part, Jeff, to call in and admit that you're lucky to have a girlfriend, right?
There you go.
That's true. That's true. Very lucky to have this girlfriend. Yes.
All right. Yep. Well, off the air. Are you and the missus? No, are you married or just a girlfriend? You said.
No, I'm not married.
Okay. So how long have you been going with this gal?
That would be 8 years as of last Wednesday.
You should come down and join us.
Does she have access to your bank account?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I think Jeff, when you get this gift card, and then I got to let you go, I can take the call. You should come down and visit with us. Leave her at home, and we'll straighten this whole thing out.
No, I think things are okay.
It's all good.
All right.
Actually, just send her down, and we'll.
Yeah, we'll straighten that out. However it works out, Tim. All right,
yeah,
off the.
I'll talk to her about that.
Yeah.
She's heard your program.
Off the air. Wayne's going to get your name and address, and I'll send this out to you Monday or Tuesday.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks. Well, all right, Mr. Ambidextrous, let me take this call while you're doing that.
He's trying.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
You guys.
Cynthia.
This is Cindy. I said lucky back when I was talking to you guys.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Listen to the show tomorrow.
I missed it.
Because when you talked about Steve, I said only if they're lucky.
Okay, well,
I would have picked that up.
You have one. I would have done too. I missed
you guys
it. I apologize.
Don't listen. I'm a woman.
We're guys.
Do any men listen? Come on. Okay.
What man has listened to you, Cindy, for God's sakes? But haven't you won something in our...
Yes, I'm not in 60 days, but I have, so I'll let you go this time. But
okay, well, thanks for calling us to task.
I'll buy a fish down at the... down at,
we owe you, sorry.
Okay.
We apologize.
You guys just listen tomorrow. You'll hear it.
All right. Well, we don't listen to gals real well.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
See, you didn't hear me again.
Is this on?
Talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
How did we do that intentionally? I didn't hear her say that.